My experience at the 78th World Health Assembly in Geneva was nothing short of transformational, and this is in big thanks to the World Obesity Federation who ensured my participation. I was involved in the side events where we discussed the double dividend of addressing obesity and non-communicable diseases. I was involved as part of the non-state actors in the main negotiations at the Palais. I was also involved in a panel discussing childhood obesity and giving my lived experiences, and I was also engaged in a couple of side events talking about the various key aspects of non-communicable diseases. This World Health Assembly is of particular importance, especially for people living with non-communicable diseases and working in the non-communicable diseases space, because this year we are looking forward to the 4th United Nations high-level meeting, which will be happening in New York, focusing on non-communicable diseases and achieving the SDG 3.4. This is a pivotal moment as it brings together all the key decision makers at the UN to discuss the next steps in the non-communicable diseases space. During this year, an overwhelming conversation was happening around the space of obesity. Why? Because by 2030, 1 billion people will be estimated to have had obesity. And by now, I'm sure you know someone who's living with obesity, or you yourself might be living with obesity, hence the burden of the problem. This year, we've seen breakthrough in obesity medication with the GLP-1s, and this innovation is nothing short of life-saving. Because of these breakthroughs, because of the innovation that is coming up, and because of the growing burden of obesity, it has become more and more important to bring different stakeholders to address this big burden of obesity. Non-communicable diseases continue to be the leading killer diseases globally, and we have a chance to put a stop at this. We have a chance to reduce the deaths from non-communicable diseases, and we have a chance to really determine what the future of the world will be in as far as non-communicable diseases are concerned. And this is why it is very important now and moving forward that policymakers and decision makers really prioritize addressing non-communicable diseases globally, but also prioritize the growing burden of obesity, putting interventions in place for prevention, control, and palliative care. We need to address this big burden. The other big challenge that we see in the non-communicable diseases space is the lack of a global funding mechanism. We've seen in the HIV and AIDS and in the TB that there has been the Global Fund and Gavi for vaccination that has really championed these other key areas in HIV and TB. But for the non-communicable diseases space, we still lack a global funding mechanism that really ensures that a lot of priority and focus is put to addressing the leading killer diseases globally. My experience also involved meeting a lot of exciting innovators, policymakers, and friends, people who have dedicated their whole life to ensuring that the world is able to control and potentially even eliminate the rising burden of non-communicable diseases. It was met with a lot of fun. It was met with a lot of experience. It was also met with a lot of science, putting together different innovations to ensure that the future is in our control. At the end of the 78th World Health Assembly, we have the zero draft on non-communicable diseases, which will be presented at the 4th United Nations high-level meeting. This zero draft has only mentioned obesity 3 times and mentioned it in the phase of prevention. We are calling upon all relevant key players and policymakers to ensure that the language is revised to capture prevention, to capture treatment, to capture management, and to capture palliative care, ensuring that we have a whole of society approach. Remember, non-communicable diseases don't occur in isolation, and this is especially true for obesity, which is both a disease, a metabolic disease, but also a risk factor to almost all non-communicable diseases, including cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and a whole host of other diseases. And this is why we need an integrated approach to ensure that we are solving for this burden. I have enjoyed this World Health Assembly. I also enjoyed the city of Geneva, which brought a lot of its energy, a lot of its culture, and a lot of its beauty, ensuring that when tough conversations are had, you can always take a break at the lake and calm down and bring peace back to yourself. My hope is that the resounding support that has really come out of this World Health Assembly, especially in the obesity space, is taken forward by the key policymakers and key decision makers, ensuring that it wasn't all just talk, but that we were able to take all of these discussions and then transform them into useful global priorities, into useful policies, and into useful resolutions that will then be discussed at the United Nations high-level meeting to shape the future of obesity. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the next steps that the world decides, especially as it comes to addressing the SDG 3.4 on reducing mortality by 1/3 related to non-communicable diseases. And with that, see you on the next one.